What's up, everybody? This is your boy NYC New York Chris, and I'm back with another video, y'all. Today, it's not that cold today, but like I always say every day, today is gonna be a good day. For starters, I'm going back to work today. I'm gonna go check out some locations. I'm gonna start in Manhattan, so I'm gonna start from uptown Manhattan all the way uptown to downtown, straight downtown. So I'll be covering those areas right there. I was off for last week. I had a long week. My wife was sick, so I had to attend to her needs and make sure that everything was good in the household with the kids. Take care of my affairs in that area right there. So everything is good. Shout out to everybody that's been showing their love and checking up on my wife and trying to find out if everything was good with her well-being and how's everything holding up. So I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me and my wife, my family. Two things that I wanted to touch down on today. I am going to go check out some areas today. I'm going to be starting uptown Manhattan, straight downtown, all the way to lower Manhattan. So I'll be covering those areas, like I said. And I had a couple questions that some people has been asking me for quite some time now. And just recently, a few people was asking me, while I was out off work and, making some runs, people were asking me, where do I buy my ATMs? Where would I go to purchase an ATM? A new ATM, of course. That's the only ATMs that I really recommend. They do sell used ATMs, which they have used ATMs online and Amazon, and if you put in the Google search used ATMs or ATMs and stuff like that, they normally have ATMs that you could purchase that are new used. But I'll always suggest a new ATM, because new ATMs wouldn't come damaged, and if it does come damaged, normally you have insurance where you could be able to situate the issue and be able to product good services. So two things that I wanted to cover today is where do I purchase ATMs that are new, and how do I make up an ATM agreement contract? That's usually what they call it, an ATM placement contract, an ATM location installation contract. They have a couple names for it, but where do I purchase brand new ATMs, and how do I propose a ATM contract agreement? So first off, before you make an ATM contract agreement, you will want to know what places are you going to check out to purchase an ATM. Now, when you're looking towards purchasing the ATM, you want to figure out what kind of ATM do you want to buy. Is it a standard ATM, or is it an ATM with extra features like touchscreen and extra security and stuff of that nature? You will want to figure out what kind of ATMs would you want to go buy. So for starters, a lot of people will start off with a standard ATM. A standard ATM is like regular buttons on the menu pad, and it doesn't have touchscreen. So it's a regular screen, regular lighting, buttons for number buttons, keypads, and stuff like that. It doesn't have a chip swipe where you can tap the chip on the machine and stuff like that. Standards come regular. Just insert the card into the ATM, regular screen, regular buttons, those of that kind of nature. So one place that I normally do know the most, that I've done a lot of research on, is a place called Cardtronics. And Cardtronics has been around for quite some time, probably since like 1989 or something like that. So the business is about maybe like 35 or 36 years old. So Cardtronics is pretty good. You know, a lot of people normally go towards checking Cardtronics out because they have good service. They offer good service. You know, pretty good people. As far as I could say, that you know, I visit the area somewhere in Manhattan. I forget where it's at, but I visit the area, and you know, customer service is pretty good on online and stuff like that. It's pretty good. So had no troubles with Cardtronics communication and stuff like that. So Cardtronics only affords, to my knowledge, as the last time that I've researched Cardtronics, and that's about their machines, they afford two machines. One of the machines is Hyosung Halo 2. The Hyosung Halo 2. It's a pretty good machine. It's a standard machine. The standard machines, you know, it normally has regular security, but this machine specifically has enhanced security. So enhanced security where, you know, if you insert your card a couple times and it's not working, like it'll basically like stop the transactions on the card. That's the standard kind of thing that the machines does. And then they have another machine called the Triton Argo. And the Triton Argo is pretty much an upgraded model. It's added security, so you know, the security is better than the standard security ATMs. It has a larger screen. The screen is pretty much a little more lit up than the standard machine. And it's easier to read. Like the keypads are easier to read, and it has a touch screen on it. Like the screen is a touch screen. So either you use the buttons on the side, they have buttons, and then you could touch the screen to you know, product your next move on the machine. So and another place that I did want to touch down on is NCR at Atleos. NCR Atleos ATM network is another ATM branch off, and they offer the same two machines that Cardtronics has, but they have like 3 extra machines. The extra machines is the Gen Mega G 2500. Then they have the Hyosung. They have the Hyosung MX 5200, and then they have the Gen Mega Onyx. It's just a better look than the Gen Mega G 2500. But those machines are standard machines as well, but those have enhanced security and better look than the standard ones. So, but they're basically still a standard machine. The only machine out of those two companies, the Cardtronics company and NCR company, is the Triton Argo. The Triton Argo is a touch screen and has a larger screen and it's better security than the other ones. Those are two of the main two places that has ATMs that I know of that's active, and they both offer the same kind of services. So when you purchase an ATM from one of those places, they have a team that goes to the locations that you want to install the ATM in, and they have a team that will deliver the ATM and install the ATM in the location of your choice. So you let them know where's the location at that you want them to drop the ATM off. Of course, you should be present as always to supervise the installation of the ATM. So you let them know the address, and they'll meet you at the location, and they'll go and install the ATM themselves. They'll bolt it down to the floor. I'll recommend that you bolt the ATMs down to the floor near a camera area where it's easy accessible to for customers to be able to use it and see the ATM as well. They offer like signs that you could put up in the front store or inside the store, hanging from the ceiling and stuff like that. They offer signs to indicate that the store has an ATM as well too, so you don't have to worry about people trying to find an ATM and knowing if that place has an ATM. So they offer those kind of services right there. Of course, they offer maintenance services. Like if something was to happen to your ATM that you don't know what's going on or whatever, they'll be able to assist you in fixing the ATM with that kind of maintenance and stuff like that. And if something is wrong with it, they'll be able to take it back out and you'll be able to get it fixed, exchanged for a new one, because of insurance that you of course purchase. I'll recommend that you guys go with insurance that comes with the ATM. More than likely they have insurance that comes with the ATM, but then they have like places like Allstate that you could call for extra ATM, extra insurance on anything. So they also manage cash, so they do cash management. So what cash management is that if you're going to install an ATM, you could have the ATM installed, and when you negotiate, fees and stuff like that, when you're basically setting your ATM up for the fees, the transaction fees, I think it's like $1 every transaction that the machine makes, that they'll charge you to basically they'll take your money that you are going to insert into the machine for customers to withdraw. So the money that you load up into your machine, how much money that you load up into your machine, Cardtronics and NCR offers a service where they'll take the money that you are loading up into your machine and they'll put it in the case that goes into the machine. So instead of you personally going to the site, like as a person of if you aren't a person that has like a backup in your business for extra security while you're loading up cash into the machine, they'll offer that kind of security cash management service, to where they have security put the money into the machine themselves, and of course there's armed security. They have backup and stuff like that, so it's more than one person. It's better secured for you and your safety as well, because having an ATM business is pretty dangerous, especially if people know that you are transporting money to certain locations, and you don't know the kind of condition of that location, the crime rate and stuff like that around that area. You pretty worried about people seeing you consistently and loading up the machine and stuff like that. So you always want to be careful. You always want to have an open eye on everything. So they offer cash management services. So that's a pretty good service that I'll recommend that you go with for the beginning of your start of an installation of an ATM. So I'll recommend that right there for the beginning, because like I said, you always want to stay safe, get used to the area that you're in, and get comfortable to the point to where you are good with the location. You pretty much scouted the area and watched everything around you. Just everything is supposed to be safe. Security first, safety first. Be smart about everything that you do. So they offer delivery services and security services. So the security services also covers whether you need transportation like back and forth for loads from the bank. If you want to take money out of the bank and stuff like that, it'll be extra security and stuff like that as well. So they also offer wireless connection services. So, you know, with an ATM, normally with an ATM you have to install wireless connections. So the signal and everything could be proper to the connection from your bank. When you connect your bank to the ATM, that service right there is needed for internet service, for transaction fees and stuff like that, for connection to from the banks that are used for withdrawals. So that's pretty much everything that those two companies offer. And just a little while ago, I found out that NCR actually brought the majority of Cardtronics stocks. I was looking up something that I read on the internet that they brought up the majority of the stocks of Cardtronics. So I think NCR Atleos is actually owning Cardtronics, to my knowledge, right now. So if they do own Cardtronics, you could also look up NCR Atleos online as well, and look up more information on what Cardtronics and NCR offers. You know, the number and the location, address, and maybe other services that they offer. But those, as far as I know, that they offer those kind of services. So it's pretty good right there. Another thing that I want to, the next thing that I want to cover is how do I propose a contract? How do I write a contract up? You know, how do I propose a ATM installation contract agreement? So the first thing that I want to cover is how does your contract look? So you want your contract to look professional, all the way professional. The first thing that you're going to have on your contract is your business name and a business logo. So like I covered before on one of my other videos, you will want to if you didn't start your business under an LLC, and it's just like a regular business that you will start without filing a LLC or a C Corp or S Corp, you will still want a business name and a business logo. So the name of your business, I suggest that the name of your business be professional, whatever the name of your business is. So it's, you know, a professional, straightforward name, and a logo that's catchy, something to catch the eye, you know, something that someone will remember. Something simple always works. So you know, simple always works. I always recommend something to be simple, not too crazy, you know, something that somebody will remember though. The next thing on your contract should specify the identity of both of the parties, which the two parties will be is yourself as the ATM owner and the business owner. So wherever you install the ATM at, that business owner, their name should be on there as well. The location and installation area. So now the contract is going to say in the beginning, your company name, are agreeing to install an ATM under the permission of, you know, the business owner and such and so forth. Under this location, the location should be the business owner's address, the full address, and the name of the business, and the installation area. So wherever that you installed, that you would like for the ATM to be installed, you will enlist that area in the store where it's being installed. And that's the most important part right there. Where, like I said, wherever you install the ATM, it should be where the most security for that business is. Whether it's in front of a security desk with a camera, in front of a surveillance camera in a well trafficked area where you know it's people around and stuff like that. Basically, in an area where it's not going to be any negligence able to happen, you know, just freely in front of anybody, you know, out of the eye of everyone else. So you want that to be in a specific area where it's going to be security. Basically, safety first, everything safety first. So now the next thing that you enlist in that contract is how much is the transaction fees going to be on the ATM. So when you go with transaction fees on the ATM, I suggest that you will set the transaction fees on the ATM. I suggest that you would set the transaction fees on the ATM going by everyone else's ATM in that area. So if you have like a good amount of stores around the area, if it's near a busy area, if there's a good amount of stores in the area, look in every store in that area and see how much is the transaction fees. You compare the transaction fees, and the best transaction fee location will obviously bring the most customers to your ATM. So if you have transaction fees from $2 and up to like $4, you underbid, or just go with the same the lowest transaction fee of the machines out of all of those areas. And you know, either you could underbid that transaction fee. If it's $2, go for $1.75, and you'll be the better ATM. Or if it's $2 and $2 seems reasonable for your ATM, stick with $2. So that'll be a good way to catch the eye of customers coming around and using the ATMs. Another thing that's important in the contract agreement is payment shares out of all the transactions. So what I mean by payment shares of the transactions of the ATMs, if you set your ATM at $2 transaction fee, say it's $2 transaction fee, and a person is allowing you to install a ATM of your business into their business, they're pretty much doing you you're pretty much going into a partnership with that company. So if you're in a partnership, I suggest that you propose a 50-50 transaction fee split, so each party could feel as if, you know, the business between you guys in the contract negotiation is going fair. So if it's a $2 transaction fee that you guys are covering, I suggest that you guys go with $1 each on the transaction fees, and you also discuss when is payments going to be made every month. So payments will usually be made once a month for your machines. So I'll suggest that it be once a month for your machines, and the payment dates to be the 1st of the month or the 15th of every month. So whatever you make off of every transaction that accumulates for that month, you will also get a receipt from your ATM. Well, it's not a receipt in a paper, but I suggest that you will print out a receipt from the transactions that you will get that are forwarded to your bank account. Every transaction that are forwarded to your bank account, and I covered this before in another video, stating that you should have a separate bank account for anything that you do. So if that's for that ATM, a bank account for that ATM as well as other ATMs transacted, it should be on one bank account. So every transaction will be listed in that right there. So that pretty much covers all the payment agreements and stuff like that. So that'll be specified in there. You also wanna let them know about the liability and insurance of this ATM. So what I mean by liability is that any negligence, any damage to the machine, anything that happens in that owner's possession of your machine, the owner is pretty much liable for anything wrong that happens to the ATM. So the ATM fees for damages will be disclosed in that contract of their responsibility. Insurance, if anything happens with the machine on your fault, as far as it being damaged, with like as far as it being something wrong with wiring inside or any kind of manufacturing damages, then you will take it apart and have it fixed by the company. So you will contact the company, and you will also disclose in your contract how long is the contract agreement. So if the contract discloses, if you want the contract to last a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, always let the business owner know how long the contract is gonna be, and how can you cancel a contract as well. So if something happens in the business, or if they are no longer interested in the services, you would disclose that as well. How can you cancel a contract with their business owner, and also make sure that you let the business owner know that none of the information that is transacted through the machines, or disclosure of the contract that you are agreeing to with both parties, that information wouldn't be disclosed to anyone. It wouldn't be spoken about or disclosed or viewed to anyone's eyes except you guys. Just both of you guys in agreements of that contract. So as long as everything is specified, as long as everything is cleared from the beginning, it should be good services, and you will offer good services because you should be professional from the start all the way to the finish. So I hope that this video was hopeful for anyone that I hope that this video was helpful for anyone that is interested in going into business for themselves, interested in these things that I spoke about in the video. And as far as everything else, I appreciate everything that you guys always do. Always share my videos and like my videos. And I appreciate everything. So until next time, you guys, take care of yourself, and I'm out.